Hey everybody, it's Camo Dave with the news. Camo Dave with the news today. Trying something different. I am going with my channels. I am trying different things. We're experimenting. We're still in an experimental mode. So let's see what happens tonight. Okay. Here we go. Can you see this? Whoops. Oh, look at that. Thrifty Thursdays with Lonnie has been preempted for Camo Dave with the news. This just in, Thrifty Thursdays with Lonnie has been preempted for Camo Dave with the news. That's right. Our good buddy Lonnie. You know Lonnie? Did you watch Blind Views last night? Blind Views did a video last night where he said that he is now, he's outed himself. He is now letting everybody know that his real name is Lonnie. So Lonnie is now, he said, okay, folks, this is my name. It's Lonnie. So we had Black Bigot and revealing his name as Larry. Oh, no, wait, Lamont, as in Sanford and Son. In fact, I asked Black Bigot, I said, Black Bigot, did your mom watch Sanford and Son a lot? And apparently he said yes. So I'm doing my little, I do a show called Dave with the News and Views, and it's called, I'm kind of working at it, and I want to try an evening episode of it just to see how it goes, because normally Dave Hughes with the News, which is talking about other stuff other than YouTube, I do it on Wednesday afternoons at 1:30, and I'm just thinking maybe I could get more viewers if I do it in the evening. I'm just trying it. So we're going to do like an hour little test video here, and we'll see how things goes. See how things goes. See how things go. Mark Van Jones is in the house. Who else is here? Let's see. Pritzy and Company, Diamond Slash Ranch, Just Trying, Geezer. The Geezer did a shout out to me the other day. I am here. I am Andrew. Okay, so Mark Van Jones is Andrew. Blind Views is Lonnie. Camo Dave is Dave. SKG's is Laverne. No, SKG, I know your real name. Yeah. Black BB told me your real name, and it starts with an M, right? Oh, yeah. It's a very pretty name, too. I don't know why you just don't go with it. What the heck? Just the first name. You don't have to give your last name, but the mysterious divine Miss M, SKG. Anyway, hi, Totally Kathy. Is that your real name? Everybody, tonight, reveal your real name. Reveal your real name. Lou is Charles. Now, anyway, I want to talk about some stuff at the bottom, not at the bottom of YouTube. I want to talk about some interesting stuff going on. Actually, this is news, okay? This was an interesting article today. It was in the paper the other day, and I got gunk all over it. I was eating a pizza, and I got oily pizza goo all over this. This is a really good article. It's in the New York Times yesterday. It's called Speed Dating for Brands and the Stars of YouTube. Apparently, they have that thing called VidCon. It's at the Anaheim Convention Center. It was recently held. Well, apparently, one of the main reasons to have that is so that people, mainly young people, tweenies, millennials that run YouTube channels, that have their own YouTube channels, they can meet with various companies and get sponsorships, okay? And they were saying that some of these sponsorships for some of these millennial channels that have like 1 million viewers, some of them get something like $100,000 sponsorship deals. Oh my word. Deals between big brands and viral online video performers. Some brands pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for a single sponsored video. Brita, the water filter company, paid, now I don't watch Rudy Mancuso and Andrew Batchelor, who are known as King Ranch, to make music videos with the basketball star Stephen Curry. Okay, and they've got paid $100,000 to make a video for Britta. And they were saying how a number of these top YouTubers actually have more viewers than primetime television shows. I mean, really, primetime network television shows. Some of these, millions of viewers on a typical night. So that is the promise of YouTube. Now, the problem is that a lot of these old guys like me and Adam and Jacob and whoever else. Well, Jacob isn't really that old, but he's gearing toward an older audience. We're never going to make that. We're never going to make that. But I wish this thing. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. I hate this interface. Okay, who's here? Who's here? Everybody, who's here? Enchanted Acres, Washington Slug. Why would I believe our intelligent agencies when I can believe Vlad? Okay. Trump up, Trump thumbs up, Trump thumbs down. Trump thumbs up, Trump thumbs down. Did Trump act really cool and suave with Vlad Putin the other night, or did he make himself look like an idiot? Is Vlad Putin really a cool cat, or is he kind of mean and nasty and Trump 2020? I don't know. Who's going to run against Trump? Who is the Democrat most likely to try to trump Trump in 2020? Now that's the question that I've been asked. I have very good political skills. I am extraordinarily good politically. And my guess, the person that I would recommend to run against Donald Trump is a fellow New Yorker, okay? It's Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York. I think he can probably stay governor. He doesn't have to resign. Just run for president. And I think Andrew Cuomo would probably be the best bet for the Democrats in 2020. I really think so. Bernie Sanders is too old. Joe Biden's too old. Hillary's washed up. Who else? Blind views. I'm voting for Lonnie. I'm voting for Lonnie. The Lonnie and Lamont ticket. Blind views at the top of the ticket, and Black Bigot as the VP. That's I know in a weird way. Even though both of those guys say they're kind of leaning to the left, to the right rather, they both lean to the right. They're both kind of conservatives. I think they might be a good ticket. I think they would probably be a good ticket. They would just, I think either one of them probably has higher morals and values than the current occupant of the White House. What do you think? I'm just saying here. So anyway, we're talking. Let's see what's coming in on the live wire here. More Hillary corruption exposed compliments of Putin, 4 million from Broward to Hillary's campaign. A lot of you conservatives keep going on about Hillary. Still, she lost. Okay, she lost. She's not the president. She'll never be president. She lost almost 2 years ago, and you still talk about her. Like, we still have to. It's like Glenn Close in the end of that movie, where she pops up out of the bathtub. I think a lot of you conservatives think that Hillary's gonna pop up out of the bathtub and somehow manage to still become president. Hi, Glenda. How are you? Enchanted Acres. Totally Kathy. Who else is here? Geezer. SKG. Jerry Hack. Trump 2020. No cucks allowed. Billy Down Under. How are you doing down there? How are you? How's your troll watch going, huh? Keeping an eye on the troll for us. Carlos Martinez resurrected. Maybe we should all reveal our real first names. Yes, geezer. What's your first? That you started. You started. Okay. The new thing. Everybody, let's be all honest with each other. Let's all go for our first names. Okay. Adam the Woo is really David, right? David Williams. David Adam Williams is his real name. Carpetbagger is Jacob. I won't mention his last name because he gets a little freaked out by that. Jacob. Blah, 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 blah. Who else? Black Bigot is Lamont. We know now that Blind Views is Lonnie. Line Screw is Andy or Andrew. We also know that Mark Fun Jones' real name is Andrew too. So that's cool. Everybody reveal your no, you don't have to give your last name. Dave livestream on a Tuesday. Well, I noticed that there's no. I was looking for placement here. I wasn't going to do it if Lonnie Blind Views was going to do a live stream tonight. He did one last night, and he does one on Thursdays, and he has done one on Tuesday nights. Thrifty Thursday, is it called? Something like that. Thirsty Thursday and Thrifty Tuesday. Thrifty Tuesday. So he didn't do one. So he's been preempted by Camo Dave with the news. Now, I'm trying this out on my Camo Dave channel, okay? Normally what I do is Dave Hughes with the news, and it appears on my Dave Hughes channel on Wednesdays at 1:30, and I talk just about news stuff. We talk about Trump. We talk about politics. We talk about media, all this other stuff. And I thought tonight, let's just break it up, shake it up a little bit. I won't do one tomorrow night because 2 in a row is too much. But let's try tonight on the Camo Dave channel, just a little news and views with Dave, me, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm just trying things, okay? And we already got 70 viewers. So, hey, that's probably more than I would have gotten if I did it tomorrow at 1:30 because this is prime time. Dancing Dan. Hi, Heidi. Enchanted Acres. Pam on the Lamb. A Dave live stream on a Tuesday? Whoa. Dave BMX, Adam the Woo, or Justin Scarred. I like them both. I like them both. As I say, despite the fact that I have a lot of criticism of Adam lately, I still think he's great. I love him. I love him as a brother. I really do. Love and Light, Monchichi. M is for Monchichi. Washington Slug. We got some thunderstorms here in the Washington area about 2 or 3 hours ago. And apparently Washington National Airport got almost 3 inches in like 40 minutes. That's Reagan Washington National Airport. Excuse me. I never used the Reagan bit because I don't know why we would name an airport after Ronald Reagan because he's not even from here, but they always call it Reagan National. I just call it National Airport. But anyway, they got 3 inches of rain in 42 minutes and the whole airport's flooded out. Billy Down Under, New York Times with food stains. Come on, Dave. Well, I was eating some pizza today. I had a Greek pizza, and I was reading this really good article, and it talks about how, a lot of these millennial YouTubers and the YouTubers that are even younger than that, the ones that are like in their teens, they have these channels where they reach over a million subs. They talk about like makeup and anyway, they are getting like $100,000 deals, $100,000 deals with sponsors. It is absolutely amazing. And a lot of them have more viewers than primetime television. In fact, I saw today on the news, I was listening to the radio, and the radio said that they expect more than 5 million people to cut their cable TV cord in the next year. 5 million people. But the problem is you can't quite go all the way because if you want to stream, unless you want to rack up really high data usage charges on your cell phone, you're going to need Wi-Fi and your internet from your cable company. So you're still going to need to pay upwards of $100 a month for one of those nice internet packages with Comcast, Verizon, Time Warner, Charter, or whoever else you do business with. So, hey, they got you coming, they got you going, right? The Washington Slug, my real name is C.R. Booger I don't care if Putin backed over Trump with a pickup truck. Trump's doing things the Dems don't have the balls to do. Hey, urban stealth camper van, how are you doing? It's well, it's got to be what, midnight-ish over there in the UK, huh? Wow. Anyway, only 20 thumbs up. What? Yeah, only 24 thumbs up. Come on, smash that thumbs up button, man. If you like Trump, smash the thumbs up button, okay? Oh, yeah, where did I put that? Here they are. I don't know. I didn't hear from Ruthie. I don't think I heard from Ruthie. Ruthie, these are the pants. These are the pants Ruthie sent me. I wore them last night. I wore them in this morning's video. So, yeah, Ruthie, I like the pants. She got kind of perturbed because I did not talk about the pants enough. But hey, Dave and his pants. Tumbleweed. Help Dave out. Yeah, hit that super chat button. Hey, what about Days with Jordan the Lion? Thoughts? I like him. I like the guy. I mean, I don't know if I'd want to hang out with him, but I do like his channel. Okay. I could get rid of the little bits with the dog and all that personal stuff and some of his little meanderings about his personal life and his car and junk he needs for his Amazon wish list and whatever. I don't need that. But when he does the exploration stuff, around LA especially, he does quirky stuff that nobody else does. I like that. Thumbs up to Jordy. Okay, I do like that. Okay, he is a little bit of a, do I have to like? The question is, do I have to like people that I watch on YouTube? Not necessarily. Do I like Nomadic Fanatic Eric as a person? I don't know. He's an interesting chap, and I do enjoy his channel, but do I like him? Do I like Jacob the Carpetbagger? Does he seem like a wonderful, nice man? I don't know. But do I enjoy some of his videos? Yes, I do. Okay. Geezer, it's raining, and it's raining in Delaware. Yeah, it's the rain we had a couple hours ago. Now it's over at your place, so enjoy it. It tracked across the Chesapeake Bay, and now it's raining in Delaware. Giddy Up Gal Gypsy Adventures. Wow. Elect Bob, can cult leaders be president? Yeah, there we go. Bob Wells for president. We haven't had a bearded president in quite a while. If you look at those old history books, you look at back in like the 1800s, every president had a beard, right? And then all of a sudden the 19th century, and then we start getting the more modern age, and then they're all clean shaven. But we need to go back to bearded presidents. I think that's a good idea. We need a really good bearded president for 2020. And Trump, can you imagine Donald Trump with a beard? No. Who would look good with a beard? David Letterman for president 2020. There we go. Okay, it's 12. It's after 12 o'clock. Oh my goodness, you're up late over there, huh? Why do you want thumbs up? I don't know. I thumbs up you like I always do. Thank you, Washington Slug. Tumbleweed. I say you modeling those, modeling them. For an old dude, I'm not half bad. I'm just saying. Anyway, there was another really good article, too, in the Washington. Actually, this was in the Washington Post on Sunday. There he is. Heath Ledger. No, Heath Schuler. No, Heath Ledger. I always get the Heaths mixed up. Heath Ledger, the actor that passed away, and Heath Schuler, the Washington Redskin dude. Anyway, Heath Ledger. This is interesting because they kind of are writing the backstory for Heath Ledger, the Dark Knight, Batman movies, and they plugging him into today's kind of current situation. They claim, and a lot of people now claim, that Heath Ledger, the Dark Knight, the Joker character in the modern Batman movies, was actually started out as an internet troll. Okay. Now the thing is, you watch Lou Skunt, and you watch Lou, and look at the mask Lou wears. He's taken that, what was originally a Jason mask, and he's turned it into a Joker mask. He's kind of done that thing to it here, and you know, he's really plugged into this. And it's just talking about how they talk about internet trolls specifically on YouTube, you know, and how they just hate everything and all that. And then how this guy who was an internet troll managed to turn himself into the Prince of Darkness. Really good article. This was in the Sunday Washington Post. And I was reading this and I went, holy cow, this is fascinating, you know. There's some relevant paragraphs here. Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker, the anarchist who saw humanity as a twisted joke, was so compelling that he may have been inspired to take up some of his irreverent crusade by internet trolls. And he does kind of have that same kind of mental state that internet trolls have today. It's just kind of interesting how they kind of compared that to the modern day internet troll and the Joker. So I thought that was an interesting little news article there. I did. Congratulations to France. France. Yes, France won the good old World Cup thing. Good for them. Good for them. France. The Blue Planet. Did anyone watch this? I noticed. I was reading some articles. Apparently, the ratings here in the Washington, and not in the Washington market, the American market were pretty low because we didn't have a team. So anyway, hi Vivian. Hi Glenda. Brooklyn Patrick. Are you okay? No, I'm not. Davey, are you okay? Are you okay, Davey? How do I donate 50 cents? Oh my goodness. Dave, I was wearing my camo shorts. Yes, I saw you, Oshkosh, Josh. I love that. You went out to an eatery there with your, is that your girlfriend or your wife? Whatever. You went there and you had your white t-shirt on and your camo pants. So I thought that was really cool. I like that. Mark Fun Jones, yeah, the white t-shirt, the camo pants. That is the fashion statement for the summer of 2018. Oh yeah. Zombie Toothless Boulevard. Super Chat pays out in rubles now. Well, you can pay in rubles. Oh yeah. Was that Evie Nova? I mean, we talked about some Russian chick that got arrested for spying. I don't think it was Evie Nova. No, it was somebody else. Blind Views president, Dave vice president. That would be cool. I wouldn't mind. Vice president's not a bad job, right? There's not a lot to do. Made in the USA, 1975. American Supertramp, OMG, LFMA. Yeah, whatever. Mark Fun Jones, we have lost the power of the mustache in the Oval Office. That's the problem. You figured it out. Not just the mustache, but the beard, the full beard. How many leaders today do you see in the world that have beards? I mean, I'm trying to think of any. Are there some Saudi princes or something? I don't know. Man, Pam on the Lamb. Dave, look up Washington Post. Dead nomads in Walmart parking lot. I have the Post. I didn't see that article. Send me a link. Holy cow. That's something else. I don't know. Ooh. So anyway, what I'm trying to do today, since Blind Views has taken the night off, we're not having a Blind Views tonight. Lonnie, who actually admitted his real name, okay? So I'm just, I'm saying Lonnie because he already told us that's his name. Anyway, so he's taking the night off, so I'm going to do Thrifty Thursday, Camo Dave with the news, talking about other stuff, except not the bottom of YouTube stuff, just news. So do you like Trump? Do you not like Trump? Who do you think should run against Trump in 2020, okay? 2020. Have you cut the cord yet? Do you still have cable TV? Do you still watch CBS, NBC, ABC, and Fox? What is it? Disney's trying to buy Fox, and Comcast wants to buy Comcast. Comcast owns NBC. They want to buy Fox. Disney owns ABC. They want to buy Fox, so they can make it all one giant big network. So eventually, we're just going to have one giant big network, and that's it. Nobody else will matter. There's a company called Sinclair. They're based in the Baltimore area. They run TV stations all over the country, probably in your neck of the woods. And they try to get, these shell companies so they can own more than one station in every market and do all this cross crazy stuff. They're trying to buy Tribune, which owns a whole bunch of stations, which would give them stations in New York and here in Washington and LA and everywhere else. And they could just be this giant company. And they're to the right of Fox News. So I thought trolls came from the Guy Fawkes masks, writes Legend Killer One fan. Yeah, that could be true. There's a lot of places where the trolls kind of came from. So I see what I need to do now. I really feel bad because I don't do the Lonnie thing where I have the big lights in the background and then the screen goes all crazy colors. I need to have him come in and make me a studio. As an independent, I only vote the person. Screw both un-American parties. Yeah, the parties, I think, I like the European model where they have a whole bunch of different parties. Here in America, we've got just the two parties, and it really becomes a pain in the butt. We really need like a lot of parties over here. I think that, but hey, the two-party system, the Electoral College, that's our heritage here in America. We must stick with it. I don't know. I do not know. I don't know. I do not know. I do not know. I don't know. No one reads the paper anymore. You're right, Billy. Seriously, who reads the newspaper anymore? It's 2018. Everything is online. Waste of paper. Made in the USA, 1975. I don't know. I don't know. There's something. I do that a lot now, more often than I used to. When I go into Chipotle or Subway, I'll bring up my phone and just scroll through and read have a couple of news sites and whatever and read the news. I do that a lot now, and it's a fallback. I read my emails and I check my YouTube stats and all that. But I still like to find. I don't know. I still just like to find a newspaper. I don't buy them. I haven't paid money for a newspaper in ages. What I do is I go to Starbucks. Okay, there's a Starbucks here, and they have this little canister. They have this like trash can up in the front there, and one says recycle and one says to the dump. And I stick my hand down the recycle canister, and I reach way down in there, and I sometimes get, coffee on it and gook and all that. But I eventually find a newspaper, and I pull it up, and, it's the New York Times or the Washington Post or the Wall Street Journal or USA Today. And and then I sort through them, and I pick out what I like. And I like the business sections and stuff like that. How's my sister doing? She's doing okay. I tried calling her several times today, and she didn't answer. Hope that's okay. I don't know. No, she was hanging out with some friends on the 4th of July in the Pondish Cove area down near Colonial Beach, Virginia, which is down near Fredericksburg. And they were in the water, and it was a hot day, and the water was very warm, and everybody was fine. They came home. She got sick the next day, and then it just kept getting worse and worse and worse, even with doctor medications and all that. And then she finally went back to the ER over the weekend because she was just not getting any better. And they said she has this drug-resistant bacteria. And so they put her in the hospital, and they've been doing some intravenous stuff on her and all this other stuff. And so far she's okay. Okay. There's nothing terrible has happened, but she's still not feeling better. She's still feeling really bad. So, yeah, that's why I canceled my trip. I was supposed to head down South Carolina and hang out with Craig this week. And I was looking forward to that. And I had canceled out a previous one earlier. There was just so many things going on back in June and now July. And I just can't. I've got too many things going on here right now. So I will be hanging out with Craig. And I told him, I said, one day I'm just going to drive down there. I'm going to get up at 2 in the morning and just head the car down there. And by 8 or 9 o'clock, I'll be in his driveway. And it's just going to be some random day. And I'll spend a couple days down there. But I'm not going to tell him when. So he's just got to be prepared for that. I do not see Craig here tonight doing his wrench duties. So I don't know what's up with him. I think he's probably heading up. Hey, Beauregard, Rip B. Oh, my goodness. I unblocked everybody, didn't I? Oh, my word. Big time. Donald Don, Donald Jr., Eric, Ivanka, then Barron will be made the Emperor of America. Baron Trump. I don't know. Do you think Donald Trump's going to get reelected in 2020? Do you think that? I don't know. I think if the Democrats could find a really good candidate, I think he's beatable. But they got to find somebody. And we're already at the middle of 2018, and we still don't have any big names that we know are going to be running, right? I mean, really, there's no names for Democrats that are going to be running. I mean, who's going to run? Lonnie's last name is Anderson. No. Lonnie Anderson. Lonnie's one of those names. It could be a man's name or a woman's name, right? There's the Libertarian Party, but just the two major parties are both crooked. Well, I do think there's a lot of troubles with the two big parties. Yeah, I think the two-party system in America, I think, is letting us down. Judy, hey, how you doing, Judy? Easy Money 539. Thumbs up for President Trump. Thumbs up for Trump, writes Boyd TV. We should be friends with Russia. They did not hack the DNC servers. The DNC servers were accessed by an insider leaker. His name was Seth Rich, and he was murdered. That's the real story. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Is it a safer world, if we're friends with Russia or we're not? Obama had a very tense relationship with Russia. Donald Trump has a very cozy relationship with Russia. I don't know. Is it a safe? I don't know. Is coddling Russia the right thing to do? Or, maybe being tougher with them? I don't know. It's very interesting. You can look at it both ways, I guess. Trump just got read the Riot Act by Putin. Yeah, a lot of people saw that. In fact, a lot of Republicans even saw that. They thought that Trump took was at the disadvantage to Putin, that Putin came off as the strong leader and Trump just kind of came off as his poodle. Walking my Trump poodle. Hi, Sunny Girl. How are you? Hi, NH Libra. History shows the incumbent usually wins. Yes, that almost always happens, except it didn't happen in 1992. Remember 1992 when George Herbert Walker Bush was right. He was the president after Reagan. He ran against Clinton and Clinton beat him. So it doesn't always happen. Jimmy Carter, remember, he ran against Ronald Reagan in 1980. He was president. He didn't win either. So it does occasionally happen that the incumbent does get beat. And it wouldn't surprise me the way things are going in this country with Donald Trump and the divisive nature of the country right now. Trump is not one of those guys that you have a middle ground with. You either love him or you hate him. There's no middle ground with Donald Trump. And when you have a president like that, it's like, it's not like Reagan. Reagan had a big group of people in the middle that, it was like, he didn't have, and even with the Democrats, I think the Democrats disagreed with Reagan, but they didn't dislike the man personally. And I think a lot of Democrats dislike Trump personally. It's a deeper kind of dislike. And I think that also goes back to Obama. I think a lot of Republicans disliked Obama personally. I don't, so I think we're at a much more tense era that we are. So I do think 2020 could be a very wild year in terms of the presidential election. The problem is we need to get some Democrat to step up and be able to kind of stick it back to Trump. And I don't see that happening unless I'm saying Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, would probably be a pretty good candidate for that. But I'm just not seeing anybody else out there that I really think would have the cojones, so to speak. Where Mario Cuomo was one of those guys that just stood up and said whether you liked him or not, he was the governor of New York for how many terms? 4 or 5 terms. And now his son, Andrew, is the governor of New York now. And I really think Andrew has that ability to stand up to Trump. They're both New Yorkers. They both have that kind of New York moxie about them. So we'll see. Gavin Newsom never runs for president. What was he, the mayor of San Francisco and stuff, wasn't he? I don't know, yeah. I've never seen such disrespect. If I didn't like the president, I didn't resort to a filthy mouth. And it's true with me. I'll be honest. I tend to vote Democratic in a lot of elections, but even Republicans, even though I disagree with them, I don't dislike them. I always liked Ronald Reagan as a person. I thought he was a nice guy. I always liked George W. Bush, both of the Bushes. I think they're both nice men. I was not a big fan of Nixon personally, like Lonnie was, but I didn't have that dislike, and I think we're at a point now where people just really, there's that level of dislike for Trump. Either you love him or you don't love him. There's just that no middle ground, and that could mean for a very divisive election in 2020. Elections in America are fake. Well, if the Russians can do things. What did Aaron say? Yes, Aaron, you are correct. What did Aaron say? I missed that. Democrats are puzzles. Clinton would have been an okay president if he didn't have those scandals. I totally agree with you. I think Bill Clinton was his own worst enemy. Okay, I think there was nobody else that did more damage to Bill Clinton than Bill Clinton did to himself. But I think we can say that about a lot of presidents. I think there was Richard Nixon the same way, right? Richard Nixon did more damage to Richard Nixon than any of his enemies did to him. So that's often what happens to presidents. Jesse the Body Ventura, he needs to run for president with Ric Flair. Jesse Ventura, wasn't he the governor of Minnesota for a while there? Was that the guy that I'm thinking of? He kind of flashed there, and then he became an independent, and then he kind of fell apart. But I don't know. Do we need a wrestling president? Jacob the Carpetbagger for president. I don't like Bernie, but he would have beat Trump had the Democrats not cheated him out of the nomination. Well, I've heard that from a lot of people. And they say that Bernie would have probably won Pennsylvania and maybe Michigan and a couple of those other Midwestern states that went for Trump. Very possible that might have happened, but we'll never know. Cuomo has done horrible for New York, writes Ashley in Tennessee. Thank goodness Trump is president. I like Trump more than Pence. Pence is too religious. Writes Travis Moss. Al Frankenbeans, too many oversensitive people, and now in the Me Too movement. I like Joe Biden. I really like Joe Biden. He's been through a lot of tough things. Okay, he had his son recently died of brain cancer, and he had a whole family. He had his family killed in some wreck thing. I mean, he's had a very tough life, and he's pulled through it. And he's a really nice guy. I like Joe Biden, and I would love to see him be president. But I just think he's getting on the too old side. No, Boyd. Good Lord. Nomadic veteran. Trump and the Clintons party together. They go to each other's weddings. You know what was really weird? If you remember Donald Trump before he ran for president, he and the Clintons were actually good buddies. In fact, there were many, when you looked at Donald Trump before he ran for president, a lot of people, he was right in the middle. He wasn't on the left. He wasn't on the right. He liked the Clintons. He hung out with Democrats a lot. He would just he would hang out with whoever could get him the favors for his businesses. So he was never seen as a conservative or Republican, so that was the whole history of Donald Trump until he ran for president. And then suddenly, I don't know. What is your opinion of Ron Paul? He was like the right's Bernie, old and idealistic but charismatic. Yeah, I do think Ron Paul had a lot of charisma, has a lot of charisma. I do like politicians that kind of step away from their parties and have their own voices. I think that's always very cool. Wow, Dave, Camo Dave Live. Yeah, Brian, I am doing I do a show called Dave Hughes with the News, okay? And I've been doing it at Wednesdays at 1:30 in the afternoon, and I'm trying it out on a Tuesday at 7 o'clock in the evening Eastern time just to see how it goes. And I'm also trying it out on my Camo Dave channel, which has a few more subs. So we're just seeing how this goes tonight. We're just chatting about just general news stuff, okay? Politics, you want to talk about World Cup, you want to talk about what other big news is out there. The thunderstorms here in DC the last couple hours, all the media changes, what's going on at YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever you want to talk about. I thought, the All-Star game is tonight here in the Washington area, right at Nats Park, right, which is only about, how far is that from here? 10 miles? We had some big boomers come through the D.C. area that dumped, Washington National Airport is right across the river from Nats Park, and it dumped 3 inches of rain in 42 hours, but that was at 4 o'clock. Looks like the game is going on. I don't see any thunderstorms around now, so I think the game will go off just fine. So anyway, but yeah, if the game had been, if the thunderstorms came through 3 hours later, it would have been a big mess. You should chat every night, Dave. You'd be huge. Huge. Thank you, Pam. Yeah, well, NH Libra, Dave, nice of you to help your sister. I try to do, I have some other family members. In fact, my sister has a very nice son. His name is Tom, and he really does a lot for his mom and takes care of her. So, he's kind of the first in line. But my sister's been through a lot of health issues over the last couple of years, and I'm almost amazed that she's still around because she's been through it. And she's amazed that she's still around with all the crazy stuff that's happened to her. She's just really crazy, but she's doing well. She's a survivor, and she fights back and amazing stuff. Yeah. But she's down for the count right now. Yeah, she went swimming over the 4th of July in a little cove area down there near Colonial Beach, Virginia, which is down to Fredericksburg, and then she got sick, and then it just didn't get better, and the doctors did the blood tests and found out that she has some drug-resistant bacteria. I mean, they can treat it. They have different medications. It's resistant. So, and her immune system is not fighting it the way it should be. So, they're trying different things, and she's holding on and doing okay, but it's just a nasty thing. Dave, are you a fan of Adam the Woo's new video style? No personal chatter, all content. I have to say I like the Daily Woo back when Adam was doing it on a daily basis and interplaying his personal stuff. I really like that. I really did. I thought that was really cool. But the current Adam the Woo stuff. If he's out of LA, I tend to like it. Okay, the stuff that he does in LA, I don't know. I just don't. Prayers for Dave. You have to pray for me. Praise for my sister. I'm good. I got to do a quick bathroom break. Okay. I've got a big thing of tea here, so I will be right back. Give me 60 seconds. I'm back. Okay, we haven't lost too many viewers, down to 79. That's not too bad, but yeah, when you got to go, you got to go. I feel so much better. I never saw Mark Fun Jones. Has Mark Fun Jones ever taken a bathroom break right in the middle of his painting? Excuse me, folks. I've seen Lonnie do it a couple times. That's right. Remember, Blind Views, he's announced his real name, Lonnie. He said it's okay to say his real name. He's not going to sue anybody. Hey, Carolina Tony. I'm back. I'm back. I had a really nice talk with Carolina Tony today on the phone. We talked for quite a while, and he's a really cool cat. And we're going to try to get together one of these days, either down at his place in South Carolina, or maybe he's going to ride his motorcycle up here, and we'll go to the Air and Space Museum out at Dulles Airport. We've got some plans. Oh, there he is, Mr. Craig. Mr. Craig is finally taking a break from his TV. He's watching David Muir with the news. So as I said, Craig, I am just doing this Tuesday night because I noticed that we didn't have Lonnie to compete with. And I want to try and see how this goes on my Camo Dave channel, and doing it in the evening and just see how it goes, okay? So don't forget to smash the like button. We got 45 likes. Yeah! And Dave Hughes with the news and views. So I won't be doing this tomorrow at 1:30. I'm doing it now. Okay, so I want to talk about Donald Trump. You like him, you hate him, you think he's a good president, you think he's a bad president. You like him, but you don't like him. You like him, but you don't. And we'll talk about other big news. What other big news is out there? France winning the World Cup. We got YouTube getting sponsorships for some of its top YouTubers at $100,000 a pop. Oh man, I don't know. It is something, you see people like me, you see people like Carolina Tony, and we're really Bama Mike, and we're really struggling to build our channels. And then you see these other people just crashing in there, $100,000. They said a couple of YouTube stars, $100,000 for like one video for Brita water pitchers. No bathroom breaks on my 30-minute show. Yeah, well, it's only 30 minutes, right? Andrew Fun Jones. Everybody, yeah, all the YouTubers now, we all have to give you your real name, okay? So if you're going by some kooky name like Line Screw or whatever, we have to know your real name now, okay? Sparky. Travis Moss. Aren't you friends with Adam the Woo? I don't think I consider myself friends with him. I have met him, and we did a very nice get together down in Rehoboth Beach. I did an interview with him, and I like him a lot. But I don't know if I'd call him. I don't think I'd call him a friend. Aren't you? What's up with Dave Hughes? How you been? I've been good. I've been very good. Yeah, I mean, really enjoying doing the Camo Dave channel lately. It's been a lot of fun. I do. I get up in the morning and I'm like 7:30, 7:45. I got to get out of bed and run down to the dungeon and film another episode. I do enjoy it. I really do. And I really do enjoy all the folks here at the bottom of YouTube. I do. I do. Thank you so much, Awoken. I appreciate that. Wonder Hussy. Wonder Hussy does some good stuff. It's very good. It's nice to see Mobile Instinct back doing that chunk of the Pennsylvania Turnpike. So, yeah, again, we're getting back into YouTube stuff. I'm trying to keep bottom of YouTube stuff. That's the stuff for Saturday on Saturdays. So today is newsy stuff. So any kind of news stuff. We're talking about anything you want to talk about, politics, whatever. I even subscribe to my 2 channels. That's right. I usually do this news thing on the Dave Hughes channel, which is the channel I do all my experimental stuff on, my parking lot loitering, my tanky poo updates, my mukbangs, Oshkosh. It's Josh. That was really funny. He goes and puts the white T-shirt on, the camo shorts, and goes out to eat. I thought that was very funny today. Very good. Very good for you. I see some names here that are new. Yeah, Lori B, Tumbleweed, Marianne Arcuri. Yeah. Hey, Bama Mike is in the house. So how's everything down in Alabama these days, huh? Mummy and Clyde. The news is boring nowadays. Yeah, I kind of think so. Vladimir Putin, Donald Trump, Paul Manafort. It's freezing here. Where are you, Steve Wildman? Where are you, like in the South Pole? Dave Hughes, and that's not bad. I like it, Pamela the Lamb. Dave Hughes with the news and views on twos. That's clicks. Yeah, Dave Hughes with Dave Hughes with the news and views on twos. Oh yeah, the volcano in Hawaii. There was one of those little touristy boats, and they went up, by the big island there where they're having that eruption, and something spewed out, and then it exploded, and it injured a bunch of people on one of the little touristy ships. Yeah, I saw that. It was in the news. That was nasty. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of scary. Yeah, I was talking to Bama Mike. I was talking to Carolina Tony. Thank you so much, Alan Walker. $2.99. Here's a couple of bucks. Aw. Don't forget, this is Super Chat, so you can throw me some bucks if you want. If you want. I'm not saying you have to, but if you want, you can do that. You can do that, But anyway, yeah, Bama Mike was talking to Carolina Tony today. We had a nice chat. He's a nice guy. I want to meet him. I really do want to meet him. He seems like a really cool cat. His motorcycle and his puppets. He says he's got a basement full of puppets. Cratchy is not here. Cratchy is at the All-Star game. Seymour took the train down from Lonnie's up in Blind Muse up in Harrisburg there, and they met, and they went to Union Station, and they took the metro over, and now Seymour and they're all having fun. They're all having fun. Cratchy and Seymour at the All-Star game. Mark Fun Jones, my man. So anyway, any other big news? The Cold War has been over for 20 years, and Russia is now our friend. I guess if you got to say, we disagree with you, but we're going to be friends. That's probably a better world. It probably is a better world if, here's Russia, here's the United States. We disagree with Russia. We don't necessarily like Vladimir Putin, but we can all be friends. And we're not going to be building missiles and blowing each other up and making doomsday plans. That's probably not a bad thing. It's an imperfect world, and to have a world with less chance of us blowing each other up, it's probably not a bad thing. So in a way, maybe this whole thing with Trump and Putin, is not a bad thing. It's certainly better than having us on the verge of war, right? You can look at it that way, right? Alaska is shaking too. Do they have Well, they have earthquakes in Alaska like every day, don't they? Man. Russia is not our friends. And Trump knows that. Well, I think maybe, too, that Vlad has some videotapes of Donald. Donald doesn't want out there. We've heard some rumblings about that. The Cold War sucked. Yeah, the Cold War wasn't really a great time. The Berlin Wall. That was pretty nasty. Can't we all just get along? We all disagree. We don't need to blow. At least we're not going. I remember. Do you remember growing up as a kid? I remember when I grew up as a kid. I grew up in the '60s, and there were people. People were really worried that there was going to be a nuclear war with Russia. And the 70s and even through the 80s, there was a lot of people in America that really thought that was inevitably going to happen. Cuban Missile Crisis and on all that stuff. There was actually a big concern that it was really going to happen. And so, now we're a little, I think we don't really think that it's going to inevitably happen, so I think that's a good thing. I think in a way that's a very good thing. Friends of mine, married couple, moved here 32 years ago from Russia. They don't like Putin. Well, a lot of people that left Russia are probably, they're moving away from that, right? They say Putin is very popular in Russia, though. They say everybody likes him over there, I don't know. Yeah, nuclear drills. Everybody remember those nuclear drills used to have duck and cover? Oh, yeah. My only issue with Trump is how he's become so polarizing to the point where it's become harder for both sides to communicate. But other than that, I find him kind of funny. The other thing you got to notice, too, is that Putin is very short. Donald Trump is about a foot taller than him, and you noticed them at that press conference the other day. They should have let Putin stand on a box. Tanky Putin. Tanky poo. Yeah, right. Ducking under your desk. That's really going to save you from a nuclear bomb, right? Fox News, quadrillion tons of diamonds have been discovered deep below the Earth's surface. Watch for the value of diamonds to drop to pennies. Mikey Mike, really? I hadn't heard that. Wow. I was Crotchy's at the All-Star game tonight. I told you that. Hughes Views 2020. It's true. It's true. Well, look, I'm going to call it quits. We're doing an hour tonight. I just want to keep it an hour, 56 minutes. And it's been a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody for being here. We got 76 viewers right now. And an hour is a good amount of time. Did I watch this new Sacha Baron Cohen on Showtime? No, I didn't. But I did read some of the reviews of it today. Has anyone ever told you that you look kind of like Rob Halford? Yeah, in a weird way. I've gotten that mention a couple times. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Kitschy. You always join us late. Lady Linda, Lady Redskins Burton. At least Trump is kind of keeping the peace and not handling money over to our enemies. I think Trump's going to be hard to beat. I really do. He's an incumbent. I think there's a certain populism that people like about him. He does have that breaks the mold kind of stance with things, and I think a lot of people like that. So, and again, the Democrats, I don't see them. I really, other than my personal like of Andrew Cuomo, governor of New York, who I think might be a good candidate, honestly, don't see any of the other Democrats that I think will really make be up there to really knock his block off, so to speak. You don't want to see. Dave Hughes on The View. Oh yeah, Army Homesteader is finishing moving out. I prefer Howard Dean's weird yell over Trump. I'd take Willie Nelson to get me not to vote for Trump. Trump for second term, yeah. Dave Hughes, nobody has to beat Trump by the time Mueller is done. Well, we'll see. We shall see, huh? Trump will probably win because everyone hates him, so we love an underdog, right? Sparky Tuttle. Kitschy and Big Time 2020. I like that. I like that, Kitschy. Kitschy and Aaron. Aaron would be, that would be a very interesting, we could have Chad as Secretary of State, and we could, no, Chad is the head of the FDA. Yeah, that would be good. Just legalize everything. Tank and Peanut. Tank of Jacks, the cat dog party. The problem Hillary has is that all the Bernie supporters she pissed. Yeah, that was true. I said that. There were a lot of Democrats who loved Bernie that were just never, ever, ever going to vote for Hillary, and look at what they got. Look at what they got. I need a pith helmet. I need my 100,000 YouTube button. My little plastic button. Okay, Tumbleweed, have a good one. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I'm going to clear the way now. I guess Mark Fun Jones is going to be doing his little shtick, his little song and dance show coming up in a little bit. But I just wanted to try this out on a Tuesday night, see how it goes. Appreciate everybody being here. We wanted to, talk about some issues, and we did. We got to talk about the presidential stuff and YouTube and the exploding volcanoes in Hawaii and the World Cup and all that crazy stuff. So Dave needs mutton chops. I do sometimes think about growing back the full beard. I used to have a bald head but a full beard, and it kind of grew from here down. I like that look. I may go back to that. I don't know. But maybe I'll wait till the winter. Will Loose Skunt be there? Loose Skunt. Yeah, so everybody at the bottom of YouTube needs the real names now. Okay, from now on, we got Lonnie, we got Lamont, we got me. All the real names: Andrew Line Screw, Andrew Mark Fun Jones. Craig, what's your real name? Big Bertha. All right, folks. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Dave Hughes with the News and Views special edition Tuesday, 7 p.m. Maybe this will be a permanent time slot. I don't know. We seem to get more people on here than we do on a Wednesday afternoon. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm thinking about it. All right, folks. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Stream Silencio.